Good morning. So today we are going to work with your reading history. I really want to know about you as a reader in my class so that I can help you pick the right books and work on the right skills and help you and help challenge you. So today our I can is I can express my experiences with reading in a journal entry. So you're going to take out your reading notebook. You don't have to take it out right yet. You can look at my examples first. But when you get to working on your own, there's my book choices chart. I'm going to skip to the second page, and I'm going to see if I can get this a little closer. I apologize. I'm not very good with technology. You're going to title this My Reading Life. And in a minute, you're going to see I might want to have done this the other way. But you're going to do a journal entry. Now, there are several options that you can do. And right now, I'm going to show you one option, which is, let me get this correct. Sorry, guys. Is a timeline. Timelines are kind of fun because they're easy and they're kind of visual. But remember that spelling doesn't count here. So as you're working, I don't care if you misspell some words. So if I'm thinking of my life in reading, way back when I was little, my mom was a reading teacher. And so she always read aloud to us, and I loved that. Then probably one of my favorite books when I was younger was Gillian Jiggs. My mom got it for me because she said that the main character, her huge thing was that her room looked like it had been lived in by pigs. And my room was always messy. Then we started school, and I'm going to think about second grade here, because this is when I really started to have a negative or bad experience with reading. So if you're doing a timeline, you can always add visuals to it or little jots. Again, they don't need to be complete sentences, and spelling doesn't matter. In second grade, I was placed in the lowest reading group. And I hated reading. I was embarrassed. And you could tell who was in the lowest group. So reading for me wasn't great. Then we're going to travel on down the line, and I started to find this series that I loved by this author, R.L. Stine. They were horror books. They were called Fear Street. And I read, I swear to God, I read 50 of them. And then in fifth grade, so this is a little jump, I was accepted into Gifted and Talented, or so GT, and it was for reading. So the reason why I share this with you guys is because it doesn't matter how you are as a reader right now. It doesn't determine where you're going to go, because clearly I was in the lowest reading group in second grade, and then in fifth grade I went into GT reading. Then we're going to switch up to eighth grade, and I did a lot of fake reading in eighth grade. I don't know about you if you've ever done fake reading before, but I just was too cool for reading, so I was I'm not doing it. And it really kind of messed me up, because when I went to honors English in ninth grade, I was way behind because I hadn't read any books for a year. So it was hard. Okay. And then as we this was ninth grade. When you're sharing, if you're choosing to share a timeline, you don't need to share every single year. You can if you want. But really all you need to do is just share a general outline. And then I ended up going to college to become a reading teacher, and I love reading. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. Look at that heart. I'm such a good artist. Some of my favorite books now are All the Light You Cannot See. One that we are going to read later is a read aloud, A Long Walk to Water. So again, here, these are jots. This doesn't have to be organized. And I'm going to put a heart, another beautiful heart down there, if you can see this, because I love those books. So you could choose to share your reading life journal entry as like a timeline with jots and pictures. You might choose to just write to me. Some kids just like to write, so it could be like, Dear Mrs. Maines, I hate to read. My least awful book that I read was Harry Potter. All right, so you could choose to write a letter to me. Some students have done like a big chart, so like the very beginning of your reading life, the middle, or maybe like schools like Fairfield, Burns, SMS What You Hope, and then they drew like some pictures or listed some titles of some favorite books. Like at Fairfield, they loved to read, oh goodness, my mind is just lost on me now. How about Walter the Farting Dog? Or maybe they loved reading in Fairfield but hated it at Burns, and you tell me why. So these could just be pictures or graphics, or maybe you just draw a collage. So a bunch of pictures like this is you, your face, you're so happy. And then like maybe you have a bunch of different reading facts about yourself, like I like horror books. Okay. So that's your journal entry, that your options, the different options you can do, a web, a grid, a letter to me, or a timeline like I demonstrated. And some of the things that you want to include, so put want to include, are going to be like favorite books, do you like it or not? Where do you read? Maybe, let's see, what's hard for you about reading? What's easy about reading? What books didn't you like? So we'll actually just do like this, books. The big circle, no. The books you didn't like. Things like that. Your experiences of reading, like with your family or in school. Just about you as a reader. And, I do want you to add some things you like to do. Because maybe subjects you like, or sports or hobbies, because that helps me pick out books that you're going to like. So I will have this list posted up of what you should include along with the different options, but I just wanted to give you a little visual. So have fun, create your first journal entry, and as long as it's complete and I think there's some effort put forth, you probably have your first 100. So exciting. I will be looking at these when I conference with you, which will be coming up in the next week or so. It's a little weird with COVID, but I feel free to use gel pens or colored pencils and make them look really pretty. Or if like you just want to do a basic sketch outline, not a problem. It's totally up to you. A lot of people like using their felt tip pens or gel pens to make them look pretty cool. But it's your choice on how you want to express yourself. So have fun, and I will talk to you later.